back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to do this video because I have finally done my first ever workshop. This was in collaboration with the folks over at Pinku DIY Studio in Little Tokyo, LA. This could not have been possible without them, so thank you Pinku DIY Studio for having me. This is my first ever workshop I've done for Sweets Deco phone cases, and oh my gosh, it was such an amazing experience, and I can't wait to show you guys how the entire thing went. This was also one of my first organized in-person events, so everything was completely new to me, and it was such an amazing experience. And best of all, I got to meet so many of you guys in person. You were all so sweet and lovely. So stay tuned because we're going to cover all of that in this video. So in case you guys didn't know, I am not only a digital artist, but I'm also a multimedia artist who works in clay as well. And as of last year, I started selling some Decoden phone cases where I hand make all the charms myself. If you're not sure what Decoden is, I actually did an entire video detailing the hobby. And if you're curious, I highly recommend you check it out if you want some more context. But yes, for a while I've been selling these cases, and I do them in very small batches. And this all started because I really missed the specific style of Decoden called Sweets Deco, which is a type of phone and case decorating that emulates sweets like cakes and strawberries. And this older style of Decoden has always been a huge inspiration for all of my work. And as of this year, a lot of people told me that they would be interested in participating in a workshop, and I thought that would be such an amazing idea. So I reached out to Pinku DIY Studio in Little Tokyo, LA for a possible collaboration, and they said yes! So on April 5th of 2025, I finally held my first ever workshop, and hopefully not the last. I really hope I can do more of these in the future because it was such a fun experience. But yeah, this video will be a showcase of the entire process from start to finish, from prep to the workshop itself. The first half of this video will be me kind of making the charms and showing you guys how I prepared for this event. I thought it'd be really fun to include it, and some of you guys were curious to see my process for how I make my charms as well, so that will also be included in this video. And now with all of that being said, let's get into my first ever workshop.
DIY 액세서리 키트 데코티. 마치 진짜 디저트를 보는 듯한, 하지만 사실은 나만의 액세서리.
힘을 주면서 눌러주고 가볍게 멈추어 당깁니다. 좋아하는 재료를 위에 살짝 뿌려주면 짧은 시간에 맛있는 디저트가 완성됩니다. 음식을 고정시키기 위해 제일 중앙에 크림을 짜줍니다.
DIY 액세서리 키트 데코티.
Okay, welcome to the charm making portion of this video. I'm going to start off by making cookies first. I'm going to try to make at least 30 of each type of charm because at maximum there will be 30 participants. So starting out, I'm going to use some polymer clay from Fimo and Sculpey respectively, and I'm going to roll it out very thin. Then I cut out all of the shapes using this heart-shaped cookie cutter. The process of these is very similar to real cookies. I even use baby powder to make sure that the dough doesn't stick onto my glassware. And I basically just did these in batches, and after I'm done cutting out all the cookies, I also have a smaller cookie cutter that I use to take out the middle part so I can fill it with some brown polymer clay. I then take an old toothbrush that I no longer use anymore, and I just dab it lightly on top of all the cookies to give it a nice, realistic cookie texture. I went ahead and did two different types of cookies. I have my heart cookies, and then I have these more traditional biscuit-looking cookies with red jam in the center. After I had this batch of cookies fully baked, I prepped them for the next stage, which is adding some color and gradient to the edges of the cookie. This is because I want the cookie to look as realistic as I possibly can, and I do this by just taking some acrylic paint and a sponge and just dabbing it onto the corners of each cookie. I repeat this process for every single cookie, and then I also go in with some chalk pastels to also get an extra layer of gradient after I do the paint. And now we can finally take the cookies to the last stage of preparation, which is just adding the strawberry jam and chocolate sauce. You can use any type of glaze here, but for me I'm going to be using the strawberry glaze from Daiso. And now for the heart cookies, I'm going to be taking some brown puffy paint and adding the chocolate drizzle onto all of them. Just so I felt like everyone had a good variety of cookies to pick from, I made 3 different types of chocolate designs for these cookies. The first one is just a simple chocolate drip where it's just covered in the corner and there's some chocolate dripping onto the cookie. I did a couple of these in some white puffy paint as well for a white chocolate drip. I love how this one looks because it reminds me so much of a toaster strudel, and I love toaster strudels. Like, they're one of my favorite breakfast foods ever. Then I make a chocolate version where the cookies have a chocolate drizzle instead. So the next charm we're going to be working on are the ice creams. I went ahead and prepped a lot of ice creams beforehand, I think the first week, just so I could have most of them done. But I did try to make a good variety of each so everyone can pick one that they liked. I always make my ice cream using air dry clay, mostly because they are a much bigger charm than the rest of the charms, and I want them to be more lightweight so the phone doesn't feel heavy. I also hand paint a lot of the charms myself, so for the ice creams, I hand paint a lot of the chocolate pieces and just the details on them. For these strawberry ice creams, I wanted there to be a lot of strawberry flakes in there, and I want it to look as realistic as possible. And I did this for the strawberry ice cream, the vanilla ice creams, and the mint chocolate chip ice creams. I use a tiny micro brush, and I specifically use a brush that is kind of tattered and a little split at the edges because I feel like it gives a more realistic painting pattern. And I just repeat this process until all my plain ice creams are completely done. I also made ice creams with a drizzle on top, and I'm going to use the same technique that I pretty much did for my cookies, where I just take some puffy paint and I just apply it to the tops of the ice creams. And once I finished that, all of the ice cream charms were completely done. I made about 60 of them, I think. I tried to double the amount I made just to ensure that everyone got exactly the ice cream flavor they wanted. There's still about 2 more weeks before the event starts, so we still have a lot of time to work on all of the other charms and prep work. So in the midst of making charms, I also wanted to get some promotional stuff ready for this event. I went ahead and I made a phone case that I could take pictures of. Using these pictures, I went ahead and edited them into a flyer to officially announce that the workshop was happening on my Instagram. There was a really great response to this announcement post, so I wanted to go ahead and take some more photos so I can announce that the tickets were up for sale. My boyfriend helped me put together this little quick photo shoot for me and my phone cases, and I had a very specific vision when it came to these pictures. I was mostly inspired by this image of Vanessa Hudgens for, I think, Tiger Bee. I don't know, something about that image was perfect, and I actually really loved how this photo shoot turned out. I think the pictures looked absolutely amazing, and I just loved it. It turned out great. Okay guys, I went to CVS and picked up some posters. I wanted to get some posters done for the event because I wanted one either inside of the workshop or outside of their store window. So I got 2 of them, and these are the ones that I got. So I got this one because I thought this would make a really good poster. So pretty. Oh my god, I love this. And then here's the second one I got. It's of my face. Okay, so now I have the posters fully secured, and I really like how the quality looks. It has that perfect matte shine that I was looking for, so I'm really excited to bring these to the event, and they look really good, so on to the next thing. So the next thing on the list was making a bunch of chocolate truffles and some strawberries. The chocolates are fairly easy to do. I just roll these out by taking some polymer clay and just roll them into small little oval shapes. And I basically just did this 30 times, but I did this with other flavors too. I wanted to have white chocolates as well. I then took a darker shade of brown and rolled that as thin as I possibly could so I can add the chocolate drizzle on top of these chocolates. This is a little tedious because the thinner you roll it, the more it's easy to break, so you just got to make sure you're on the cusp of making it thin enough to look like drizzle, but not too thin where you break it. After I had my chocolates ready, I started painting my strawberries. I made these ahead of time and I used a strawberry mold. And then I went ahead and I like to paint these with a sponge and acrylic paint. I just feel like it gives a more realistic look to it. And I'm first just adding some yellow as a gradient color, and then I go in with a red and I put that over a couple times. And then I just do that to every single strawberry, and once they're fully dry, I also coat them with a spray gloss to give it a little bit of a nice shine to them, the same way a real strawberry would have. So far we have a lot of key components already done. Our strawberries are almost done, our chocolates are almost done, and I'm working on some Madeleines next. I now just needed to throw my polymer clay chocolates in the oven, as well as some cookies that I made with polymer clay too. And then I just followed the instructions on the clay and let them bake for about 15 minutes. I also thought it would be a really good idea to bring some of the Decoden books that I have. I thought it would be a good idea so people can look at them to get inspiration. I also felt it would just look really nice to have on display as well. And lastly, I got some postcards printed so I can hand out one to everyone at the event. I just thought it would be sweet for everyone to have one as like a little memory. Okay, we are on to the final stretch, and we're going to go ahead and do the last charms that I have left on my list. So I'm starting first with the Rilakkuma cookies, and these take me quite a while to make, which is why I made exactly 30, because painting these cookies and the love cookies are definitely the most time consuming out of all of the charms. This is because I paint the edges of the cookie as well to make them look like shaded biscuits, but then I also have to hand paint the face, and I do this in layers. So usually I hand paint the face and then I will go over it several times because I use thinned out paint because I want it to have that very matte, almost like factory paint look to them. So I do this multiple times and it takes quite a while. I think I do like 5 layers. But in the end, I think it's totally worth it. People seem to love the Rilakkuma biscuit charms, and they're definitely like the best selling ones out of all of them, so of course I had to make some for this event. Okay, and now it's time for the love cookies, and oh my god, these are definitely the hardest out of all of them, which sucks because I love these. I mean, they're called love cookies for a reason. I stamp the word love onto them, and then I hand paint the word love into the tiny little crevices, and I try so hard to make sure that they look as neat as possible. It's definitely hard to do, but I think it's so worth it because like I think they look so fancy. They remind me of like the Dove chocolates. I don't know, I love these ones. They're like my absolute favorite. So here are all the charms I have laid out on my bed right now. They're all curing and drying currently. This is almost all of them. I still have a couple more, but all these will be transferred into some clear boxes, and yeah, we'll check it out before I leave, but this is a majority of them. Okay, so my banner got here, so I'm just gonna unveil it right now. I've never actually gotten a banner before, so this is like my first one. It's a vinyl banner. Okay, so next I really wanted to get some Decoden props in here. I thought it'd be really cute to make a jewelry box so we can just have out for display. And alongside the jewelry box, I also wanted to make a prop cupcake. This was because I wanted to put it on a headband and wear it. I was feeling a little ambitious, so I thought, why not make just a jewelry box? I should also make a little headpiece. So that's what I'm doing in these clips. I am using the kit that Pastry Plug on Instagram sent me. I had this for a while and I didn't know how to decorate it for the longest time, but in preparation for this event, I made a bunch of spare charms because I was just testing them out, and I really liked this color combo of like light green and light pink and the biscuits. So here's the display box I ended up making, and I'm really proud of it. It looks so cute, and of course the last minute touch is adding some rhinestones. I feel like this is what always elevates a Decoden piece. Like, it's truly not complete until you add all the really cute rhinestones onto it. I forgot to record me making the cupcake, but it's a pretty similar process. It's just the base is made of air dry clay instead, and I ended up gluing it onto a headband. And to go along with the chocolate and sweets theme, I also commissioned some nails as well. This is from an artist on Instagram that I've been following, and her work is so amazing, and I was blown away with these nails. They are the cutest thing ever, so please go check her out. But yeah, here are the props I made. Here is the cupcake, and as well as the jewelry box. I think these will look so cute on display. I'm so excited to put them out. And also, I could just keep them afterwards once I'm done, so it's a win-win. Okay, we are 2 days away from the event, and I have secured all of the charms in their boxes. This is where I'm going to transport them. I did a final count on everything. We made 368 charms. This is almost all of them. I have one more case filled with all of the chocolates and the chocolate bars that I made, and I painted those about a week ago, and they're still currently drying. I want to make sure that they're like fully dry by the time I get to the event. I feel like I'm going to miss the charms. I've grown attached to them. They're going to be gone in one day. Isn't that crazy? Like in one day, pretty much all of them will be gone. I'm gonna miss them. But I'm really excited to see the phone cases everyone makes, so it's totally worth it. Alright everyone, it is currently Thursday and the event is this Saturday, so we are so close to the event. I have everything ready. I've done a whole month of prep work for this day, so I hope that all of this work kind of pays off. The tickets went live about a week ago and they sold out within 2 minutes. Like, I am actually still in shock over this. I am so happy that you guys trusted me and are here and like willing to show up to these in-person events. This is like one of the first in-person events I've ever held, so I am just so happy that you guys actually bought tickets to go. Like, we completely sold out of all 30 seats. So this is gonna be huge, and I can't wait to see you all there. So this is the dawn of the final day, right before everything happens. The next time I will see you guys will be on Saturday. All right, let's do this.
ちゃんがやってきたのは新宿アルタ前にあるこちらプラムベイビー。アメリカ人は知らずとも日本の若者の間では常識のあれを早速見せてもらうことに。うやうやしくガラスのケースから出てきたのはそうデコデン。こんなにでかいのがこれだけついているとなんでもビッグなものが好きなアメリカ人もびっくり。ちなみにこちらの店長店の前で丹精に一個一個宝石ならぬスワロフスキーを貼り付けて作り上げたいわば芸術作品からのお願いを店長さんにぶつけてみた。
ギーツさんごめんなさい、合格で無理でした。すいません。ということで皆さんも質問があったらどしどしメールください。またねー。
Alright, workshop day. It is officially Saturday and we got there bright and early at 10:30 in the morning. It was so cool to see my posters up in the store window. I was so excited for this. I spent the whole month in anticipation for this event, so actually seeing and being here feels so surreal. Like, yes, this is real and this is happening and this is direct proof I am here now. But now that we're physically here, we brought all of our stuff so we can start getting ready to set up the event about 30 minutes before everyone got there. The staff at Pinku Studio was so nice and they provided us a whole table so we can set all our things up. It was just so nice to look around their studio. It was so relaxing and cute in there, and it was crazy to think that in just less than 30 minutes this entire venue would be completely filled. So we started off by prepping my charm table. We had to plate all 368 charms, so this took us quite a while. But seeing them all on the table got me so excited. It was so cool to see it all in one little area. I also set up some extra stuff like some Decoden books for inspiration, and I also set up my practice cards. I also had my friends there as helpers. It was really great to have some extra help around to take video and to help me set up really early in the morning. So big shout out to Guillermo, Stephanie, and my boyfriend Bailey. My parents even showed up and my mom brought some flan, so we had to get that ready for prep as well. Around 10:50, we were almost completely done. We had our table completely set up with all the charms laid out. And after we put some last minute decorations, this is what the charm table looked like. It's so crazy seeing all of them here just in one little place. This is a whole month of work. This is 368 charms. I think it looks amazing and I'm so excited to share this with everybody today. Once our table was fully set up, we just had to add some last minute things. We went ahead and put my banner up, and I think it looks so good right here. I was very excited to see what the banner would look like in the store, and I think this was just such a perfect last minute touch. I'm really glad I ended up getting it because I feel like it adds like a whole nother level of cuteness to the area. I think it's perfect. So at this point we finally finished setting up, and when I looked outside I had noticed there was a little bit of a line forming. My parents had told me there was also a line outside and I just couldn't believe it, so I went to go check it out, and lo and behold, there was indeed a giant line of you guys, and I knew it was time to let you guys finally come inside. But it was crazy. I know I sold 30 tickets, but actually seeing 30 of you guys here was a totally surreal experience. Okay, it was finally time to let everyone inside so we can begin the workshop, and man, was it a full house. Everyone really showed up and showed out for this event. Not only was everyone super nice and sweet, but you also were like in the cutest outfits I've ever seen. I was in shock pretty much the entire time. It was like watching my dreams come true, finally being able to meet so many of you guys and be here at this event that I was hosting. So I can't even describe to you guys how insanely happy I was throughout all of this. Once we had everyone seated and well acquainted with each other, it was finally time to start the workshop. How it worked is that I basically let everyone know how many charms they could take from my table and how many charms they could take from the Pinku DIY studio table. How it worked is that each person could take one charm from each tray that I provided, as each tray had a different type of food item. I even made a little menu. Each person was able to leave with about 8 to 9 charms from my table, and then they could go to the Pinku DIY charm bar and pick charms from there as well. And once we had set down the rules, each table would go up one at a time, pick out some charms, and get started on their phone case. It's now onto one of my favorite parts of making a custom phone case, which is picking out the charms to make a cute little theme for your phone. I try to make charms of many different colors and variations so people can make their own unique custom theme. I personally like doing really fun color combos like red and pink, or green and brown, or pink and brown. There's just so many different types of sweet themed cases you can do, and I was very excited to see what everyone came up with. And not only were people picking charms from this table, they were also able to go to the charm table that is provided by Pinku Studio, and they have a bunch of tiny little charms there, so you could have even more variety in the charms you pick.
Oh, those are cute. What the? Oh my gosh! Oh, that one's gonna be so cute. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is such a cute theme. It's like strawberry, and it's kind of like yours. I was going for you. Oh, I love it. I don't know what small ones to choose. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked. Oh my god, they have little blueberries. Oh yeah, those are. What the heck?
Once everyone had sorted through all the charms and picked exactly the ones they wanted, everyone was able to take their bowl back with them to their table and begin decorating their phone case.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so cute. What the heck?
It was also so cute to see everyone get along. I totally forgot that everyone bought like individual tickets and not a lot of these people came together, but everyone was leaving together by the end of the event. So I'm so glad everyone hit it off and everyone was so nice. Some of you guys even brought me gifts, which kind of blew my mind.
Julie brought me a little gift. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Oh my god, thank you. Oh,
I had one extra.
What do you mean you had an extra? Oh
Yes.
my god. Dude, this is like this is the one for me. This is my favorite one. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying.
This was crazy, but Julie from Jelly Magazine actually got me some remet miniature, and this was a little live unboxing I did for literally one of my favorite remet sets of all time. I cannot believe she got me this.
It's all smooth.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh my god, healthy fruit smoothie. I don't have this one. Oh my
Yay! Not a dupe.
Oh my god.
Girl.
We win. Look at this.
Oh, that's adorable.
This is insane. I one day want this entire set so bad.
You will get it.
I want this set so bad. I now have 3 and I feel like the luckiest person in the world.
Of course. Wait.
But yes, the Jelly Girls are so sweet. They have a magazine called Jelly. You guys should definitely check it out if you love toys. Julie also brought me 2 other remet miniature sets that have such a special place in my heart. I love this series, so I was so happy to finally have them, and I literally could not believe that she brought these. I was freaking out the whole time. I then went to every single table just to give them some tips on how I go about frosting and decorating these cases myself. And it wasn't just me, as some of the workers who work at Pinku DIY Studio also went around and were giving people piping tutorials on how to frost their cases. The process of making a Decoden phone case is you first start off by organizing where you want the charms, and then I always advise everyone take a photo so they know exactly where they want to actually put them once they start decorating the case. Then you have to sand your case down using either an X-Acto knife or a nail filer, and then you can start frosting your case. Pinku Studio provided most of these materials. They had tongue dispensers, they had little tiny tweezers for everyone to use to apply tinier charms. They had also provided all the phone cases, as well as providing all of the cream glues that we could use. And each person was able to pick up to 2 different color cream glues, so you could do a pattern or you can even do a border with a different color on the inside, which I saw a lot of people do that. So you could get really experimental with how custom you want your phone case to look. It was crazy to see this table be nearly empty, considering that there was over 300 charms there and now most of them were gone. It was crazy to see, but I'm so glad that everyone loved the charms and everyone was using them. Everyone's cases was turning out so well already. I was so excited to see the final results.
Oh my god, did you bring a little doll with you? Oh my god, she's so cute. What the heck? Oh my god, she's on a little chair. Oh my god. I wish I had a miniature phone for her to decorate.
You get like one little pipe.
Yes. The mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream.
Me too.
I think it's so cute.
my god, look at these absolutely beautiful phone cases. They are so cute. You guys got so creative with it. I love this one with the ladybugs on it. I thought that one was so adorable. And I also really love these ones you guys made with different color frosting patterns. I'm a sucker for pink and brown, so I really loved how this phone case was looking. I thought it was so cute and I love the piping. And I love these color combos you guys chose as well. Like, look at this kind of mint chocolate chip one. I think that one looks so delicious. Overall, I think all of you guys really knocked it out of the park. I feel like you guys came in with so many cute creative ideas, and I love how each phone case really reflected the person who made it. Like, some of you guys matched your phone cases to the outfit you were wearing, which was also so cute. I loved that. Like, when I told you guys no one came here to play, like, everyone was so serious about what charms they were picking and how they were going to put it together. Like, they had a mission and everyone was here to get it done.
Can I get a little video of your case real quick? Oh my gosh.
And here we have everyone's finished phone cases. And what did I say? Look at that. Everyone matched their phone case to their outfit, which I thought was so cute. And I just love these. You guys did such an amazing job. Like, looking at these finished phone cases, oh my gosh. I want them all to be hung up in my room. I mean, I know you guys all took them home, but like, I need to see these all together in one area in a little museum or something. They all look like beautiful pieces of artwork.
Is this what you made?
Yes.
You killed it.
Thank
you. Killed
you.
it. These are so cute. This is. Oh my god, so cute.
And that was the end of the workshop. Everyone got to take their phone cases home and let them dry for a couple days. This was such a fun event and it was so amazing to meet all of you guys. Like, it was truly the highlight of my entire month, probably the year, honestly. You guys were so sweet. And here's just me with some of the lovely attendees of this event. Again, thank you to everyone who showed up. You were all so sweet and beautiful and kind, and I really hope we can do this again in the future. And while everything was wrapping up and we were getting ready to leave, we all made sure to keep in contact and exchange some Instagram handles, and of course, no meetup can be completed without getting some cute pictures together. And I'm really glad we took photos at the end of this event, just because we were doing so much the entire time. I didn't really have a lot of time to take photos of myself, so thank you to Evelyn for taking some pictures of me at the end of the day. That was very sweet of her.
Everyone's cleaning up here. We're about done here. We did it! We did it! It was a success!
Once pictures were done, we were officially done with the workshop. So here we are, just packing everything up. And once everything was done, we actually had a good amount of extras left over. Here's our little tray with our extras, and Pinku DIY Studio actually ended up buying all these extra charms. So that was super exciting. I'm glad they had a new home to go to. So yes, that was the end of the workshop. We did 3 whole hours of decorating and the entire thing went absolutely amazing. It was so much better than I could have ever anticipated. I was so happy to meet all of you guys, and all the phone cases you guys made looked amazing. It was also just so nice to be able to talk to everyone. It was like a fun, cute little hangout. I love just hanging out with all of you guys. You guys were so sweet. But yeah, it looks like that is a wrap on the first ever Tama Kid workshop. I can't believe it, I even just said that. Like, it was such a dream come true. Thank you everyone who came. It was amazing. Once we wrapped up, everyone went ahead and went home, and kind of toured around Little Tokyo as well. We got some food afterwards. It was really nice. A nice way to end the perfect day.
株式会社ピーチジョンとモンサンクレールオーナーシェフの辻口博信氏と共同でタカラトミーは手作りアクセサリーキットデコッティを製品発表しました。シリーズで4種目となるカップケーキは大きいサイズのものと小さいものがそれぞれ1つと大小サイズのチョコレート2個、デコレーション用のラインストーン、デコッティ専用クリームとデコレーションパーツでユーザーはこれらの道具を使い自由にアクセサリーをデザインできます。5月に最初に発売された第1弾はマカロン、タルト、プリン全3種類でこれらを含めさらにデコレーションの幅が広がりました。この製品は税込みで3150円、ピーチジョーンから10月27日に発売される予定で、タカラトミーからは11月27日発売予定です。2009年末までにタカラトミーは10万個の販売を予定しています。Digging for News
Okay, so we are home from the event, and I actually wanted to show you guys one last thing before I ended out this video. A lot of you guys brought me some gifts, which is actually insane. I felt like crying when you guys did that. Like, it was so sweet. So I wanted to show off some of the gifts that you guys got me because I thought it was really sweet. Starting off here, I got this little tiny basket that was filled with handmade accessories and some candy. They were all little hair clips and I was obsessed. These are so cute. I love these so much, and they were all handmade by the person who gifted them to me, and I think they look so good. I love the E for Evelyn. And this hair clip looks like a little crepe, which is so cute. Such an amazing cute gift. I am still like in shock that you guys got me stuff. This is so sweet. I was also gifted this really sweet card, and it has a little drawing of me on the front, as well as a really sweet little note. I love all the little drawings on the side of all my favorite little characters. It is so perfectly me. And I was also gifted some little toys. Here we have some Cupies, and I also got a little Gashapon as well with a Naruto character inside. Actually, I think it's literally Naruto. And like I mentioned during the video, Julie had gifted me some Remet miniature. Fun Meals is actually the first Remet set I had ever bought myself as a kid, and I have 2 originally from this set, and I only have a couple from Mini Sweets. These are my all-time favorite Remet miniature sets. They mean a lot to me, and I'm also very nostalgic for them, so I was really excited to add these to my collection because none of them were dupes. I don't have any of these, so I was so excited. The first one we have is the smoothie set, and it comes with a tiny little blender and tiny ice cubes. I freaking love this one. I have the tiny waffle maker from this set, so I think they will look really good next to each other. So I'm really excited. It looks so good in person. And the next set I got actually matches pretty well with the breakfast theme because we have eggs and etc. which is what the set is called. But it comes with tiny bacon and little eggs and a tiny cup of orange juice. Definitely one of my favorite sets. I absolutely love the detail in it. And I've actually always wanted this set because I've always wanted the tiny packaged bacon so I could put in my little like convenience store shelf. I don't know, it's so great to have. And then of course, the last set is a burger set, and I love burger sets. You can never go wrong with a good burger set, but I don't have this one, so I was so excited. This one comes with miniature ketchup and mustard bottles, and I especially love the tiny fries and the pickles. The sliced pickles are such a wonderful attention to detail. Another banger set. I am so glad to finally have more sets from the Fun Meals series. I definitely hope to get the entire thing one day. And again, just Fun Meals in general, that entire Remet miniature set has such an important place in my heart because it was the first ever Remet set I had ever bought for myself. And I don't know, I really do hope to get the whole thing one day, and I'm slowly getting there. So thank you again to Julie for getting me these sets. It means so much. While I was in Little Tokyo, I also got myself a little treat, a little something to celebrate the success of the workshop. So I bought myself a Poochie Baby deer from Monkey Pants, and then the next day we went to an antique mall, and I was able to find this, which I've been wanting a Tarina Tarantino piece for such a long time. So when I saw this in person, I knew that I had to get it. I just had to have this. It was also from the Hello Kitty Pink Head collection, which is also my favorite line. So I was so happy to finally have this. I can't wait to style this. Oh, it was so crazy just find it out in the open like that. It was so cool. I need that Barbie doll next. That's the next thing on the list. I need that Tarina Tarantino Barbie doll. Okay, and the last things for gifts is actually a gift from the people who helped me at the workshop. My friends and my boyfriend had actually all pitched in to get me a gift, which I am still in shock over, but it wasn't just a normal gift. It was actually a Junko Mizuno figure, and if you guys watch my channel, you know that I just did an unboxing for my first ever Junko Mizuno figure, and now I have two! This is Junko Mizuno's Witch Queen in the pink and green colorway. I absolutely love how she looks. She is so gorgeous, and I think she matches my room so wonderfully. I think I literally cried when they gave this to me. I was not expecting to have another Junko Mizuno figure in my collection, so not only did they help me with the workshop, they also got me a gift, which I think is just so sweet and so nice of them. So here it is. Here is this beautiful Witch Queen, and I just can't wait to put her up in my room. She's gonna look so good. Okay, we made it to the end of the video. If you stayed for the entire thing, thank you. This might be my longest video to date so far. So if you stayed for the whole thing, thank you for joining me on this entire journey. I tried to document this as much as I possibly could because this was a first time for me. I've never held like an in-person event or a workshop before, and this was such a huge success, and I would love to do so many more in the future. Decoden was always something that I really loved as a kid, so the fact that I was able to host a workshop for it is actually crazy to me. Like, this was fulfilling some sort of childhood dream of mine in a way, and it was so great that you guys got to join me for this. And I know a lot of you also have a lot of fond memories and nostalgia for Sweets Deco and Decoden in general, so thank you everyone who joined me on this journey. I would love to do another Deco event, and I would also love to do like a meetup of sorts at some point too, maybe even a Remet miniature meetup. There hasn't been a proper Remet miniature meetup since 2009 that was hosted by the Remet Miniatures Addicts Flickr account, so I don't know. If anyone would be interested, let me know, because I would also love to hold something like that. But yeah, I just think I would love to do more events like this where we can just get together and indulge in the same hobbies and interests. It was such a wonderful place of creativity, and I would love to just host more events like this in the future. But yeah, it looks like that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in to my channel once again, and don't forget all my links are in the description below if you guys like to check me out on any other platforms. I post art on my Instagram, and I do some other lifestyle stuff on my TikTok. So yeah, thank you for joining me guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and stay cool!